Alright, so we're gonna do some instrument stuff here. Just trying to find some good instrument approach to be doing. I don't have any RNAV in this plane, so I gotta find some ILSs. Pretty much most of it's RNAV these days. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go here. We'll keep flying to Mount Washington here. I think we'll just do that for now. So we're on our way to Concord right now. Hello there, Citrus. How are you? Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll do the Concord Alpha. Let's see. Alright, Concord. Let's grab the VOR Alpha. I'm going to split these off. Where the hell's the Alpha now? Okay. Would I make it like 5 different pages here? Stand by. Try to get this set up here. Too much shit open. That's a problem. Alright, there we go. That page can go there, and then I gotta get this approach up. So let's go ahead and look at the approach. But, hello, Citrus. Hello, hello. Let's see. Alright, so this is the VOR Alpha in a Concord. I've run this one quite a few times. So we're going to go to the Concord VOR. Alright, we're going to head out on a on a 299. Turn left 254. Turn back in. We'll do a right turn 074. Then we'll take 119 on the inbound course. We're currently at 3,500. So once we can descend down out on the outbound leg 235, which we're already at. Once we're in the inbound leg, we can go down to 2001. So we'll do that. So that's pretty much brief. I already got Concord in. I already identified Concord. The missed approach we're going to do, climbing, right turn 4,000 direct to the Concord VRDME and hold. Continue the climb. Right. Hey, we might come in. I don't know if we'll probably just do a mist. The trim in this is not great. I don't have any feel of the trim. Like, so much of trimming is just the feel of it. I don't have any feel, of course, so makes it challenging. I have no DME either, so I'm gonna have to do timing. Which I don't know what I have for a timer in here. Yeah, this is unfortunately, like, they've gone so much glass in all the airplanes now that it's hard to do anything that's not glass. And so in game, everything's glass, and so it's a pain in the ass to try to get it. It's a pain in the ass to try to do any of this stuff actual old school because, like I don't have. It shows DME selector there, but I don't have an actual DME in here, so I can't get DME. I get time with my phone, but it's not ideal. Now getting back on course here. You'll probably even see Concord out there. It's I just saw it a second ago, so I think that's probably Concord right there. Or it could be that right there, I don't know. This plane's uber slow too, like, you know, it's, I get why they went glass. Like, there's some really cool instruments. Like, I've been looking at if I want to buy an airplane. Like, there's this Garmin 275, which is super cool. It's... What happened to my fucking music? That's super cool. It essentially replaces one of your round dials, and it does everything. You know, so you can replace your artificial horizon. It would be a... If it's a primary, it can only do artificial horizon, but then you have other gauges that you can you turn the knob and it goes from You know, it goes from this to an altimeter to VSI, so you can change it all out. So it's really cool. Yeah, that looks like Concord. Yeah, that's Concord, 12 o'clock, it looks like. You know, so like some of the glasses definitely helped a lot, but it's like you lose some of the pilotage doing that stuff. Trying to drink my coffee whilst flying. Alright, so we're tracking this needle here. This is set up for Concord. We're just going direct Concord right now. So I got this lined up. I got two of them going. This one I'm using to just kind of like find where it's currently at. That way I know where to put my correction angle in, and that's I'm just running out of the course. So I'm gonna speed up. I don't care if I burn my engine up in game. Get a little bit of speed on. This is a Cessna 150. These are painfully slow. This is what I did most of my flight instructing in. Let's take a look at it from the outside. That's a Cessna 150. So, they are very small. You're very, very close to the person next to you. Like, I would love to just take, like, of course, a Mooney, but, like, they have a Bonanza in game, but it's all Garmin 1000. And it's like, I don't want to do a Garmin 1000. I want to do, I want steam gauges. And then this all, like, you see me, like, moving all over the place. That's the wind kicking my ass. Wind does kick your ass in a Cessna 150. So, like, I don't have DME, which sucks. Like, I wish I had DME in here to, DME's distance measuring equipment. So I don't have any DME in here, so I can't tell distances, which is a pain in the ass. You know, it's like, I just want a steam gauge airplane with some, couple bells and whistles, you know? Because the game pretty much has all Garmin 1000, everything. Like, it'd be kind of cool Cessna 172 that had Garmin, had not Garmin, but 1000s in it. We're a little bit to get on course. So what I'm doing here is the bottom needle. By centering that up, I know where the course is to go direct to it. I'm trying to stay on this course. So I can kind of use that to put in my correction angle. So I need about that much correction to get the needle moving, as you can see. And then it's between these two notches right here. You can see it right there. And so now that we're straightening it back up, I'm going to turn back. And I've got a wind, I need to put in a wind correction. So likely I need a little bit of a wind correction to the right, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go like right there, and we'll see if we go off course or if we get blown on course here. And let's look outside for it. Yeah, I don't see it yet. Takes a little while to render in. It is slow in the 150. Now take a little of that correction out. See if it'll blow us back on course just a little bit. I need like a 5-degree correction on there. It's gonna go all the way up to Mount Washington, but that doesn't do much. That should be Mount Washington. Where the hell's Mount Washington? Let's see what the course was. Probably up there. I think that's Mount Washington right there. Alright, so needle's starting to straighten up. So about a 5-degree correction is working pretty well for me. Start going back to the right. Keep that needle centered up. You know, if I had DME, it would tell me how many miles I am from the Concord VOR, but I don't. So it kind of sucks. I wish I had it. I wonder if the Aero Commander I got has it. I'm just gonna quickly cheat on the map here because without DME, I've got no way to tell how far we are. So, yeah, it's right there. Okay. The airport hasn't rendered in yet, so I can't see the airport yet. Trim is brutal in this, it really is. Like, my yoke's got springs in it, so it's tough to, you know, push against it. It has some feedback, but the problem is it's, I can't trim the feedback off, so I need a little bit of a left correction here, and I'm trying to get back on altitude here. And the wind's kicking my ass. I was flying the other day, and the wind was strong, so it was the thermals kept pushing me up, so you get your altitude fix, and the thermal push you up 100 feet. I was trying to drink coffee at the same time. Alright, we got our correction angle in here. We're getting back on course. Alright, so you see how fast the needle's moving now? So we're getting close to the airport. Let's see if we can see it. Not yet. That's actually the VOR right there, is it? Yeah, that's the VOR right there. See it? Okay. That's the VOR. We just passed it. Alright, so I'm going out on a 299. Gonna spin that. And again, I don't have DME, so. Alright, so I'm going to put in a correction angle here to get back on. Let's see what the actual angle is. There you go, see it coming back. So we're going to start turning on to the 299 course. Alright, so we're going to go outbound on this. We have to stay within 10 miles. We have to stay at 3005. It's going to kick my ass a little bit there. Let's see, what do we got here? Trying to see, inbound course of 119. We'll put the inbound course on here so I can run both of them. You can tell we're getting close to the airport because the, stand by. Tell we're getting close to the airport because the, how fast the needle is moving. Alright, there's 119, so that's the back course, this is the front course. Alright, so I'm just trying to buy enough distance here so I can turn around. So now we're going to turn to a 254. Standard rate turns, turn to that notch there. Alright, there's the 254. And I time now, so we'll go for a minute. So right there is where the clock is. Didn't take allergy pills, so or allergy meds, so I'm gonna be clearing my throat for a little while. Yeah, trimmed in now pretty well. Alright, so I think I'm going to spin this one in too while we're here. Alright. And we're coming up on a minute now. And there's the wind. kicking my ass again. All right, there's a minute. So we're going to turn standard rate to 074. There's the wind kicking my ass. All right, so we're going to turn, we're in our procedure turn here, so we're 074 inbound. So I got to keep turning here, keep turning, keep turning. Watch that altitude. Wind's kicking my ass. Yes, a little bit of sun on the gauges helps. There we go, 074. And so we're waiting for this needle to line up. All right, see the needle moving? I'm gonna start cutting in a little bit. All right, starting to turn in on the needle, and we start to descend here down 2,100. And so I got the time kind of noted in my head. Not the best way to do it, note it in my head, but it is noted in my head. Because I don't have a, like, there's often a stopwatch button in the cockpit, and I don't have that in this plane, so I kind of have to do it. You can see the airport right there. Let's do this real quick. Can I change weather? General options. Remote sound camera. How do I change weather? Maybe I can't. Let's see. I can't remember. Oh, it's up here. Okay. Okay, here I gotta go like. I'm gonna have to do it like this. Okay. Let me see. What's the MDA on this? 940. That's wind. I want clouds. 940. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Will it do it? Okay, go down to 940. There you go. I can't fuck around with this one. I'm trying to fly here. There's 2,100 right there. Get my ship back together here. Gotta get back on course. That was, it wouldn't pause it while I was doing weather, which is a pain in the ass, so kind of have to part around here to get this fixed. But this is the whole reason you're doing instrument stuff, is for this type of weather. You need to be able to get in on this type of weather, so. Altitude's a little low, gotta bring that up. So now the problem is, we're gonna cross the VOR, and then I can descend down to my MDA. So. A little bit low on my altitude, I gotta fix that. My trim's all fucked up, I gotta fix my trim. Go. Alright, so see how fast the needle's moving? So we're passing the VOR. See how it flipped and we got flags? It will come back. Alright, so now it's back. We can descend down to 940 feet. So we got to get back on course and we got to descend down to 940 feet. And so the hope here is you're descending down, and at the point when you get to the runway, you should hopefully be able to see it. at 940 feet. If I don't, I have to go missed. Now, timing is what I'd be doing there. I'm kind of looking at where the timing was. But if I DME is another way to do it. The distance from that VOR will show you. Alright, so you can see right now we're at 1005 and we start to see approach lights. That means we can continue to land if we see the approach lights down even further. So we'd be able to see this airport and land. So I'm still descending down, still on course here. Going down to 940. So like we could go down to all the way 940. At that point we'd have to see the runway. So they're coming up on it now. On the 940. So I haven't really looked outside yet. We can't make our decision until 940. Well, we could make our decision before 940, but alright, so there is about as low as we could get right there. And bingo, we see the airport. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and we'll land. Well, actually, we'll alpha, we'll circle over here. And we'll land this going this way. This is what I did the other day, was landed this way. Alright. Give it a notch of flaps. So that's what it will look like. Like, this isn't even minimums. But, what happened to my track IR? There's... this isn't even minimums, but, you know, you could go down to minimums. So I like to just climb a little bit on this particular approach because there's quite a few hills out here. I'm just going to climb just a little bit. I'm not going to bother going missed. This plane with a little bit of flapping is very underpowered. We're going 60 knots. I got a little bit of flapping. I'm at full throttle. All right, we'll just cut it in tight and we'll land on 3.5. 3.5? Yeah, 3.5. All right, here we go. Slowing down a little bit. Full flaps. I'll keep it in tight. We'll do a real tight pattern here. I won't kill too much time. Just not stall right here. There we go. That's tight. We're right on the edge of the stall there. What the fuck is this? Jesus Christ, game. That was wind or something. And fuck me, dude. This yoke is fucking me up right now. This yoke is fucking me up. I gotta work on the dead zones. It's got like a big dead zone. Got a huge dead zone on here, so I end up fucking... I was pushing, trying to get the nose down. Then it was like, up here, have all the nose down. I was like, what the Christ? I couldn't let it be that crazy when it was that slow either. What the fuck? That was fucked up. Yeah, I gotta see what the dead zones are on this. Like, here, let's look at the yoke while I... Come on, give me the yoke. There's... Alright, shit. Let's look at the yoke here. So this is me. I'm pushing on it, and then it goes... See how it has, like, acceleration? So it's like... And then the spring tension on this is very strong. So it's like, I gotta stick around with it, try to get this tuned in right. Because I was, like, pushing. It was doing nothing. Then I pushed down. It was, like, dumped the nose. It's a mess. Go to approach into Manchester, maybe. Alright, I'm gonna quickly pause this. I gotta look, see if there's anything I can't. Not right now. Damn it. He just like knows when I'm busy and he starts fucking with me. See what I can do in Manchester. Need vectors for this. Let's see. Let's go 1-7. Alright, initial approach fix is Concord, so we can make this one work. We should be able to actually just join right off. So let's go up in circle and we'll come back. So we'll hit Concord. We'll come down on the 178 to join Blossom. So we'll do this. That's what we'll do. Alright, so I want to straighten up that. It will show me about a 125. Turn to about a... where is that at? 125 here. Nope, that's from. I was gonna say that doesn't look right. Spin, 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 spin. Do I have my flaps up? They do. Yeah, I was gonna say that's backwards. Let's see, about a just about 299, something like that. All right, so we're gonna head directly to the Concord VOR. We're gonna turn around. I'll just do that outbound and just do a procedure turn inbound, and then we'll do a 178 inbound. I'm going to be at least at 2005 for this, so we'll go up to 2005. I got to tune in the ILS. Try to fix this trim. It's brutal because it's like I pretty much have to fly with the trim, which don't want to have to be doing. I'd rather fly with the yoke, but the yoke is very springy. Incredibly springy the yoke is, so kind of have to deal with it. Drop that nose there, guy. Trimming the shit out of you and you won't move. Let's see what the ILS is. 1091. Just put that in 2. Alright, the ILS is in 2. Alright, course is coming on. We'll go up to 2005. A little bit more correction in. 172, not that it matters, the final approach course. ILS is going to show you the same approach course anyways. 172. Move to the right a little bit here to get back on course for the... Let's go to Concord. Alright, so we're starting to get ready to cross it. You can see how fast the needle's moving. So we're right over it, so I'm just going to chase it for a second until we get flags. So we're not quite over it yet, but we're close. Alright, coming up on 2005, we'll level off here at 2005. There we go, let's get back on the 299 about. Alright, so it's still moving. You see it's moving quickly, so we're close to it. The closer we are, the faster it's going to move. There it goes, it just flipped. It's going to go out for about a minute, and we'll turn around. Get back on course. We'll go out for about a minute. I'm trying to fix my altitude, but the fucking yoke is terrible. Like, I have to push really hard to get it to do anything. I'm like trying to gently work the trim, and it's just like not doing it. Kind of frustrating. I have to work on trying to I'll see what people on the inner tube say about getting this yoke set up to be more comfortable to use. Having all sorts of yoke problems here. Alright, so that's almost about a minute. We're going to come inbound on the 178. So I'll start turning. My altitude there. Yeah, this is an absolute disaster to try to trim up. It really is bad. I'm just really struggling trying to get this trimmed up. Yeah. Got climb still. Alright, 178. Alright, keep turning. Just it's miserable to trim. Like IRL, you have pressure on your yoke. You can feel it. It's like you're pushing hard against the yoke, and you trim, and all that pressure comes off. So what you do is you push in the yoke, and then you take the pressure off. And so it's kind of tough in game because my instincts are to push on the yoke, and then as I trim, the pressure should come off, but it never comes off because it's just a spring in the yoke. It's not the actual airflow over the control surfaces, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's making it tough for me to trim it, and then like I'm just doing incremental tap trims, and this plane's so light that it's hard to get it to trim just right. So all right, so the localizer is alive here, so we're coming in 172. I gotta catch up with the course here. Get back on fucking altitude there, guy. Back on altitude there, guy. Yeah, the trim's really bothering me on this. I can't, I'll have to see what people are saying for dead zones and everything else to try to get this lined up right, because it's just like, I'm having to ride the trim the whole time. Alright, so we're on the localizer now. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to 1091 on the top. And what's the final approach course? 172. Okay. And I haven't listened to it yet, so we'll go ahead and listen to nav 1. Alright, that's been identified on 1. And I don't have DME, so really I can't run this fully. But I'm just going to go off the glide slope because I can't do anything about it. I have no DME in this plane, so it's tough. Like, I wish they would put a DME in this thing, then I could run all the approaches, but I don't know. The aircraft they chose for the game is fine, but they... You know, like, they don't have any DME in here. They don't have any with steam gauges and GPS, so it makes it tough to run in certain circumstances. So it's like they just do Garmin 1000 and everything but this, and then this doesn't have a DME in it. It's like, well, you just put a DME in there, and then you can run all the DME approaches. But I don't know. We're on the localizer here. Waiting for the glide slope to come alive. We can go down to 1006 probably if we're by Bullium. So let me quickly look, see if I can find Bullium. I don't know if I'll be able to see it on here. No, I can't see it on there. They don't have any IFR points on there. I'll just watch the glide slope. Well, actually, let's just send down to 1006. There's nothing out here I'm worried about, so go down to 1006. It's not to sound like a madman either. Come on, pick your nose up. It's getting old, man. I just have to ride the trim the entire time, and it's kind of obnoxious. Start getting ready to level out here. Alright, so we're at 1006 now, so we can grab the glide slope when that comes in. There's 1006. Trim, 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 trim. You slow bitch to trim. Trim's very intuitive IRL. Like, you can feel it. And that's the thing that I lose all the... There's no feeling in this, and that's tough. Because when you're used to, like, trimming the pressure off the yoke is how we would train students to do it. You know, you have too much, you know, you have to pull too hard, you trim, trim, trim until you pull really easily. And then you take your hands off it, and it should stay level. And IRL, it's a piece of cake to do, and in game, it's a bitch to do because you have no feeling of the control surface. Like, I got it reasonably trimmed out now, but it's a little bit frustrating from that perspective. I gotta get back up to 1006, but I'm fucking with this trim constantly to do it. Course is to my right now. I'm paying attention to the trim too much and lost the localizer. I got a correction in for the localizer here. Alright, let's see if I can't get this trim to work reasonably. Nope, see, like, just, it's fucking annoying. It really is. I wonder if it's single taps. Like, I'm trying to hold it. There it goes. It's going now. It's just, it's brutal, man. Trim is brutal. I'm going to be a little more aggressive to get back on the localizer. Like, this shit's a piece of cake IRL because you can keep trim the whole time. Let's get back on the course. So it's 172. I don't quite know where the wind's at yet. Hard to feel in game. This plane's too light, and I have no actual tangible feel. So, no tangible feel at all. In the level D simulators you do for the airlines, you can actually feel it like you would in real life. It has all feedback and everything, so that's helpful. A little more correction to the right here. Yeah, so we got a little bit, I think the wind's to our right a little bit. That's what it feels like. I'm having to keep a pretty southerly correction to keep it on. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely, we got a wind to the, right here. The direction you always have to correct to is where the wind is. So maybe almost like an 8-degree correction. It's gonna take forever to get in there. This plane's so slow. This is where, like, when I'm flying in flight sim, I like autopilot glide slopes alive because it's you know, the hand flying is not easy to achieve, and it's pretty bad in a flight sim. The actual feel of the airplane, and so, you know, if you're trying to, like, when I was learning how to do instrument approaches as a student, I would go home after flying and I would get in flight sim and I would just run it on autopilot, and I would just make it do what I wanted it to do, and that way you could see what the approach looked like, and you didn't have to worry about flying the airplane because you don't get a good feel of the airplane in the sim, so there's really no point. of actually hand flying it. It's you know, to learn the stuff, it's better to just like learn the approach, and so that's what I used to do. So we're locked in on the glide slope and the localizer. You can see the runways ahead of us. Trying not to cheat and look at it, but I can see the approach lights, the rabbit out of the corner of my eye. So yeah, so the approach course is a 172, and I'm holding about a 180. So that's how we know the wind is to my right. That I have to angle to the right to be able to keep on course. You see how the needle's straight up and down? So that 180 and this fucking trim is gonna be the death of me. So I'm looking inside right there. I want to keep these crossed the whole time. So ideally I want a perfect cross in that circle. That's what I want. All right, now we're gonna come down to 660. So we're still pretending we haven't seen it yet. This is a precision approach. The last one was a non-precision approach. So on a precision approach, you can go down closer. So there's 660. Up, we see the runway. Okay, power, slowing down. All right, waiting for the white arc to put flaps in. Trim sucks so bad in this. Like, you can also change how fast and modulate the speed at which you trim IRL. You can like spin, you can go trim, 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 or you can go trim, 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 trim. And so I don't have that in game either. I pretty much have to, like, it's one click is a little bit of trim. Click, 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 click. And so I don't get that natural feel that I would IRL. Feet on the rudders here. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't have good control with this yoke. You can see I just, like, I can't do very precise control. The spring tension's way too high in this yoke. Yeah, spring tension's way too high in this yoke. I don't have a good feel at all. That's why I was, like, even struggling. When I switched from the joystick to the yoke, the joystick was better because I didn't have as much spring tension, so I gotta see if I can cut the spring tension down or something. See what people are doing with dead zones to try to correct for it. Let me spin us around here and just get off. Yeah, I'll have to see what settings people are using for this particular yoke, because like I'm having to make maybe even increasing the sensitivity will help, because getting into the actual springs is tough. Because like I'm holding too much tension. Brakes, come on. The fucking brakes on the Cessna 150, like I got them fully down, both of them. I flew this airplane a lot. The brakes on this thing, you could lock the wheels up in an instant if you wanted to. I got them pushed all the way down the ground. I can't get it to stop. All right, so yeah, I assume CG came on board when we were in the clouds. But yeah, so that was a good ILS into here. I'm gonna get off probably. I don't know if we'll play Storm Arcs or what, but it was good. Some good practice. It's just I find the flight sim to be very frustrating because it's like I was saying. Like here, I'll show you what I mean. Like, all right, so for those who don't know, you have a little tab on the back of your elevator. There's different ways you do it. Like on a Mooney, the entire tail moves. But if you look, see this section right here? It's on a hinge. All right. On this particular plane, it's this whole hinge right there. And if you look underneath, you can see right here there's a rod. And so what happens is when you run the trim, you're moving this little flap here, and the flap either goes up or down. And that will either make it have more lift or less lift. And so what happens is you're trimming that tab, and it's taking the pressure off the yoke, so you should be able to like fly with 2 fingers. And so you trim it to keep it in the attitude. So if you want a 5-degree nose down pitch attitude, you put your nose to 5 degrees, and I'll run the trim here in game. You trim, 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 and you can see this tab moving? That's your trim tab. All right, and so you, fuck off. You trim, set to something else. You trim it one way or the other. So see the tab going down? And so that's what's actually, and you see the trim over here, that will cause it. So in this case, when the trim tab goes down, it's going to naturally pull the elevator up like this. And so I don't have to hold pressure back. So if I'm trying to climb, I would trim that way. If I do nose down trim, that's going to cause the elevator to go down like this, and it takes all the pressure off, so I don't have to hold it. The problem is my yoke in game is sprung. So like right now, I'm pushing against the springs. I'm going to let go of it. Watch what it does. See how much it pushes back? So IRL, I would be able to push into the pressure. I would be able to trim off. Then there'd be no pressure. And then when I let go, it would stay in place. And that's not what happens. So it's very frustrating to trim in game. I find it very kind of miserable to do. And then you'd have to make sure it's back to take off. But yeah, so that's my issue with that, is the trim just, you don't have a good feel. You almost need force feedback where it's gonna do it. But I'll play with these, see if there's a way to change the spring tension, because it's way too much. Or that's frustrating as hell. So let's kind of look at what we did here. And I'll jump off. We went up to Concord, if I can find it. Where the fuck is Concord? Concord's right here. Went up to Concord, VOR, shot the VOR Alpha. So you go up to Concord, you head outbound, you do a procedure turn, you come back in, then it's an Alpha, so you can go over here and you come in and land. Took off, we went back to Concord, and then I just did a turnaround and then grabbed the ILS right into Manchester. So you can see this runway pretty much lines right up with Concord. So good practice, but it's again, I'm not a huge fan of like Flight Sim's choice of aircraft. Like here, we can go look. Like there's issues with some of these aircraft. Like if we look, let's see. Like if we look at the aircraft, there's not a good aircraft. Like, so that's got the G1000 in it. G1000. Garmin probably paid the money. I bet this has a G1000. Citation has its own stuff in it. I might be able to see that. Might be able to do like a Cub or something. The problem is that I wonder if the Beaver's all right. But like I'm trying to do, let's see what the Robin has in it. See what the Robin has in it for gauges, because I really need DME to be able to do a bunch of these approaches. Having a GPS with LVP. LPV. I always put it backwards. LPV. It's so you can essentially use the glide slope with GPS. So this might be better. Let's see. Let's get rid of track IR and I can look around this cockpit a little bit. So I need DME. Fuck, I have no glide slope on this, unless this will pop down. Sometimes they pop down. Sometimes you can see them on the top. I don't know. Let's see. Do you have DME? You don't have DME. No DME on this, so that's not going to cut it. Okay. I don't know. Old school Flight Sim I found to be a lot better too. Let me see. Basic controls, checklist. Used to be able to switch airplanes, I think, more easily. Like this, I have to go back to the main menu. Like old Flight Sim used to be able to, I think, flight plan when you were on the ground. So for example, I could fly in somewhere and then I could flight plan my way out. So I could do like a proper airline turn instead of having to go back to the main menu and then trying to get the airplane the way it used to be, and it's kind of annoying. I did download one airplane. I'm trying to see if that will work for me. Let me check out the Aero Commander. This was one of my favorite airplanes, the Aero Commander. It's kind of an old model from old Flight Sim. Go check it out, because I need like I could use a GPS in there and a DME. I'll have to read up on what people do with this yoke to try to cut the spring tension down, because it's oppressive how strong the spring tension is, and it makes it very hard for me to fly. It's got a Garmin in it. Balls. I do not want a Garmin in here. Shit. That's too much. I know I'm an old man, and I want like an actual proper airplane that you fly as a pilot, not some fucking airplane that flies for you, but let's see. Maybe this one has glass in it. I'm trying to find a non-glass cockpit. It's been brutal to try to find one that's not glass cockpit. Try the Beaver, see what the Beaver looks like.
Endeavor 499er2 ready at runway tree 2 straight out departure.
Alright, so this is actually more what I'm looking for. Let's see if it has everything I need. No, I got fucking track IR back on again. Alright, so we can run ILSs off that. Let's see. ADF there. This is a autopilot. It's a Bendix Cap 140 autopilot. I'm looking for. See, I can run DME off of the GPS. So, for example, like if I was going to run this approach in this, let's see. Here, let's just do one real quick out of here. Hopefully, I have everything I need in this airplane. Where's the brakes? Magneto, I don't know what the brakes are in this. Cabin heat, wobble pump, emergency cutoff. We don't want that. Oil inside. There's parking brake. All right, let's bring the yoke back up. There's prop right there. Track IR would be nice. Track IR would be nice. Track IR would be real nice at this point. Thanks. Try to look down and do track IR at the same time. You know, like I used to recommend to students, like don't put flight sim on autopilot, because it's just, you know, if they're trying to learn approaches or stuff like that, because it's not helpful at all. Alright, I gotta try to figure how I bug my heading for this autopilot in this plane. Let's see if I can remember how to do this one. I gotta fly here. Can't zoom inside too much. Yeah, like, get why it's like the nose just dumping on me sometimes.
Endeavor 499er2 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
So I'm trying to see how I can select this. Stand by. I'm try to get this in there. So like I can use the DME off the GPS for a lot of these approaches, and I need that. Let's see how I think enter. Okay, good, enter. It is enter on that. Come on. Fuck off, I'm busy here, guy.
Nashua Tower, Endeavor 499er, 2 frequency change.
Bring it back. So, like, you know, I talk about it in storm arcs, like, you don't run full throttle in most airplanes all the time. And you see, as soon as we get up in the air, you want to bring that back into the range, good ranges there. You know, you don't want them on red line the whole time. Try to see if I can't get a, I don't know how to bug my altitude in this for the autopilot. Let's see what I can do here. Let's do heading hold. And then let's do, I trimmed, I can't tell. I gotta fly here, we're gonna be in deep shit. Oh my god, it's so brutal to fly in this game. Just, you have no feel. There we go. Alright, we're reasonably trimmed out in a climb. Let's see what I can do here. Alright, let's go to 4,000 feet. Altitude, vertical speed, where are we, high or low? We are high. See if it will capture this. And then let's go to heading mode. And then usually what you do is you move your heading bug. And so I gotta figure out where the heading bug is on this. No, is there a bug? There is a bug right here. Okay, there's a heading bug right here. All right, good. So I could use this for approaches. This isn't bad. Because again, I'm gonna fight trim all the time, and it's better to just do it this way. All right, let's go ahead and get an approach in here. So we'll do 1.4 to start with. So let's see. Now that the autopilot's doing this, I can just fuck off and do what I want to do here. See, trying to see how to set up vertical speed down. Down, down, down. Okay, there we go. Alright, trying to figure out this autopilot. Alright, then I want to do, let's get rid of track error for a second. I can just work the autopilot. Oh, the GPS here. Procedure. Select approach. Alright. So let's see. Right click. Select approach, enter. Okay. Alright, what the fuck? No, I gotta... It's not going off the airport? Okay, that's stupid. Let's go back. Let's see. Procedure. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. Let it fly for a little bit. I can do this. Like, see, this is kind of cool. It tells you what you can have in here, so this is definitely a third party. I'm just kind of disappointed with Flight Sim and how, like, limited the shit is here. They have the procedure. I gotta find the approach menu. Let's see. Menu, okay. Alright. Select approach, enter. Approach. So I need to put in the airport. I don't know how to get to the airport page, though. Let's go. Here, let's go. Right plan. Direct. Okay. There we go. All right. At this point, this GPS is pretty old, but this is what I'm used to, so. See if it requires the K or not. I don't know if it does. My Probably does, but it didn't want to take it. Yeah, it does. Okay. This is so easy to do IRL. It's like super fast. You can scroll real fast through it, and it's slow in game. Okay. Enter. Activate. All right. See if we can get procedures. Alright, there we go. ILS 14 Muggy. Yep, that's good. Okay. Muggy. Load. Let me see if that actually did it for me. I think I have to hit enter. Enter. Okay. Alright, see if I can go direct Muggy. Alright, that's Lottie. Let me bring this up. Yeah, so this is kind of like what I'm looking for in a plane so that I can do everything that I need to do. Because it's like, the other one's pretty useless. Like, it was good practice in that, but it's a little bit useless. I want to go to Muggy, but let's see. Let's see what I can identify Muggy off of. I gotta go direct Muggy, so let's see if I can go direct. That. Like, this takes you all of 2 seconds to do IRL because you're just like spinning knobs and you can like do inside knob, outside knob, inside knob, outside knob really quickly, and it's tough in game because you miss it and you don't have any tactile feel. Direct Muggy. Alright, there's Muggy right there. So, desired track's 207. So we're gonna we'll go the long way around. About the same, actually. There's 207. To Muggy. $210 maybe. Might be inside of, I doubt we're inside of Muggy at the moment. 212. So put a correction angle in there. Alright, I guess, yeah, but how if I can slave the CDI to the GPS? I'm not sure I can or not, so I might have to use the CDI here. Let's see, 212, 216. Increase that. I gotta get this needle to move over to the left here. I'll start putting the ILS in. So 1097. Okay, so we want to go to your localizer there. Okay, let's see. How do I select this again? Palm volume. Trying to go. Forget how to switch down over here on the left. It's been a long... Okay, right here. Yep, that's it. Okay. It's been a long time since I've used this this particular radio here. All right, 1097's in. Looking for a 139 final approach course. Oh my God, can we spin any slower? There we go. There we go. All right, Muggy's now off to the left. I gotta catch back up to Muggy. Correction angle worked, but I wasn't paying attention. All right, going to Muggy. All right, let's listen for the beeps and the boops. 100% volume. We want nav 1. All right, that is that is the ILS tuned in. Hoping this is on nav 1. It's not doing anything right now, which is I'm suspicious of, so I gotta check this real quick. I am a little suspicious of this. Let's see what my altitudes need to be. So we can go down to 3,800, so let's do that. There you go. Go down to 3,800. Check Muggy. Muggy's off to the left again. I don't have to go too hard over there, but heading to Muggy. How's it going there, Brady? How's it going there, Sean? How are you? All right, you see the course coming in here. I don't know why I gotta figure out why I'm not getting the ILS in here right now. Gotta catch up with that. Go ahead and nav, see if it'll take me right to Muggy for the moment. Until I figure out this ILS, so I can figure out what I have to switch to get this ILS in there. Frequency's tuned. Sometimes there's a selector to put which nav you want to run on this, and that's what I'm looking for at the moment. So I'm not used to this airplane. Let's see if there's a switch over for it. This is the unit that I'm used to here. So like I was telling you about how you have a timer. That's your timer right there, so you can run times. So that was something I was looking for in the plane. So still don't have the still do not have a way to switch this over here. Trying to figure this out. All right, I want dual VOR CDIs. That's what I want there. Okay. Let's see, how do I get nav 1? That's nav 1 audio receiver there. That's not what I want. Yeah. What's going on here? Damn, let me look at where we're at here. I've been farting around with this for too long. We're going away from Muggy here. You can see me going away from Muggy. I just looked at my distance track and it's going away. I'm just going to keep farting around with Muggy here until we go ahead and deal with this. I'm just going to keep farting around with my heading here until I get this system figured out. I gotta get this this localizer figured out. I don't know why this localizer is not reading. It's 1097. We are tuned in. Yep, we're receiving. Put Put it in the bottom over here too, I guess. It might be alive, I don't know. Alright, that's on waypoint right now. This is on nav. Okay. Alright, CDI right here. That's what I want. Alright, so bottom CDI, I'm gonna go to, there changes both of them? What? Okay. So we gotta go to Muggy first, so let's go direct Muggy. Could go to Lottie, but I'm gonna go to Muggy. Don't need the Morse code anymore. Let's go direct to... Shit, I don't want to change that. Fuck. Let's see. I'm trying to find my waypoints here. There, okay. Let's go direct Lottie. Go back to nav, see if we'll turn us in. Just trying to figure this GPS out. Much better at an FMS than GPS. See if it takes me in on this. Probably just go direct Lottie, I'd say, actually. I don't want to go direct Muggy, I want to go direct Lottie now. Lottie. There's direct Lottie. We're in nav mode. See if it will turn us there. Looks like it. Alright, what's their track on that? Alright, direct Lottie right there. 067. 067 looks right. Put 067 in the bug. Yep, that looks right. Maybe not. Go back into heading mode, just follow my bug. Alright, I'll head us into Lottie and then we'll grab the localizer. I don't know how to split these though, that's the problem. I want to split these. It's not letting me split them. If I switch the CDI over, it changes. Back inbound on a turn to Lottie now. See, we're heading to Lottie now. We had 2005 at Lottie, so let's descend. I'm trying to remember which Garmin unit this is. Fuel pressure? Why is the fuel? Why do I have a fuel pressure light on? Could be the descent angle. Sometimes that'll do it. Let's see. Engine's starting to die. Something's up. The fuck, man. We're out of fuel. Did I just kill the fuel pressure? We ran the center tank out, that's all we did. That's all it was. Center tank ran out. Okay. Can't see what the fuck we're doing. Alright, so let's get this approach fixed again. So procedures. Buggy transition. Alright, so that's good. Let's go switch this over from GPS to V lock for the localizer. That's now in the localizer. That sucks, Citrus. Alright, so I'm watching for this localizer. We're coming in to Lodty. Let's see. Right there, Lodty, we're almost there. We'll start seeing this course come in. I'm gonna go start slowing us down here. There it is, right there. Alright, so inbound from Lodty, we can descend down to 1006. And you can see we're lined right up on the runway there. So, a little bit left on course there. So yeah, I think this plane will do a little bit better for what I'm looking for here. Back on course here. It's got a good mixture of what I need, GPS, and I can get DME. Props going full forward. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wait for Nori here. Let's go a little bit left. Where the hell are the flaps on this plane? That would be annoying having it up there. The trim's up there. All the flaps on this plane. Flaps are indicators right there. I don't know where the gonna put him in. Do not know. I do not know. Yeah, those are all just tensions. Lovely. Yeah, I don't have flaps on this thing. I think they'd be overhead. A lot of these were overhead, I thought, on de Havillands. But... all the flaps on a Caribou. No, it isn't a Caribou, it's a Beaver. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take the autopilot off. I'm gonna complain about the pitch trim again. You see the trim being spun up there. Do not know how to get these flaps down though. I can do it with a key bind here. Trying to look and see what's doing it. Let's get back on glide slope here. Yeah, what I really like is a basic 6-pack like this with a GPS basic unit, like a 430. Yeah, a lot of the new stuff's nice. Like steam gauges have a good chance of failing. Not a good chance of failing. They have a better chance of failing some of the new stuff. Like I really like the Garmin 275s. They're only like $2,700 a piece, and you put them in the actual holes for the steam gauges. So like having a digital attitude indicator which will show you speed and altitude is really nice and convenient. Like, you know, when I buy a plane I want to put that in there. Like this plane is so much easier to trim than the 150 was. Like I'm trimmed out. This is fine. It was the 150 was brutal trying to trim. It was aggravating me. This is actually pretty, like this flies heavy and is like right now my hands are off and it trims nicely. The 150, super light, so I could see the game like not having it. Like I haven't been having many problems on the CRJ. I'm better at jets anyways than I am this stuff. I got most of my times in jets. I got like 1,600. No, was it 1,500 something hours in jets. Back on glide slope there. Alright, we're visual at this point. We go down to 400 feet on this one, so we would already be visual. Or we'd have already gone missed. Yeah, it's so much easier for me to fly in real life than it is in the game. It's just like, I get a much better feel for the plane. You know, trimming's so much easier in real life. Just like touching the knobs and stuff and spinning exactly what you're looking for is easy. Like you can you don't have to put your head down to, you know, touch flap levers and stuff like that. It's just a lot easier. Remember, there's a tail dragger. Trying to put the tail down gently where I can see, and my fucking brake pedal's hitting the back of my desk, so I can't control the brakes right now. Fuck! Don't ground loop. My rudder pedals are hitting the end of my desk, and that way I can't run the brakes. So I gotta do something about that. Tail draggers are their own thing. You have to zigzag in a tail dragger to be able to see where you're going, so you do this the whole time. You can see. And then you can see kind of the sides of the taxiway. Lean a little bit. I want to see where this... Okay, see it's in the middle there? That's the flap panel. That's why I couldn't find it. It's in the middle. That's why I couldn't find it. Alright. I can't see it right in front of me. I gotta do a little wiggle here to see what's in front of me here. So. Yeah, I gotta come up with some sort of way to get these rudder pedals so they don't slide, because I gotta either push them all the way against the wall, which I'm hitting my brakes when I try to tap the brakes, or I have to, I gotta figure something out here. Tail dragger is nice, how you can turn much easier in a tail dragger, like, you can easily go 90 degrees, like I'll spin this around, you can see how easily you can turn a tail dragger. Alright, here we go. For the turn. Like, look at how tight you can get this to turn. You can turn 90 right on the spot. There's parking brake right there. Yeah, so I might use this plane more for some instrument stuff. I don't know. I'm not happy with the options that that the game gives you. I'm really not. It's just it's pretty miserable, the game options. It's either GARM 1000, which is what most people are using now. I get it, but it's frustrating. But thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.